Greetings. Today we are going to proceed with exercise 2, authoring content with SoftChalk. There are 4 steps involved as outlined on your screen. Step 1, we will create and copy text in our project. Step 2, we will make some modifications. Step 3, we will save the content. And finally, step 4, we will notify the training facilitator when we are done. So, let's get started. Okay, so the first thing we're going to be doing is creating a lesson from scratch. And so we've opened up SoftChalk, as you can see, and here is a document that I'll be working from. Let's assume that this is information that you want to put into your SoftChalk lesson. So the first thing we're going to do is come over here, and I'm going to select this information. I'm going to right-click it and copy, and then come over here and paste it into the text area. There we go, of SoftChalk. And then we can come down here, and just so you know, we can add some new information. Let's add new information. Now that we've completed that, we'll come up here to the save icon. All right, and then we will save it as exercise 2 SoftChalk. It'll be saved in my documents. We'll click save, and then once it's saved, we'll come up here and we'll close SoftChalk by clicking File, Exit. Okay, the next thing we'll do is to open an existing SoftChalk lesson. For instance, if a colleague were to give you a packaged lesson, you can open it and add the lesson to your collection. This lesson can then be edited and saved with your own enhancements and changes. So the first thing you would do is come up here to File and click Open. Here's your list of lessons. The one we worked on was exercise 2. So we'll click that and click Open. And here are the HTML files. And so we'll double click this one. And now your lesson has been opened up. And you can make any modifications that you need to do. Edit your lesson any way you need. And when you're done, save it. And it will have been saved. And so then we'll go ahead and exit out of SoftChalk. As I mentioned earlier, SoftChalk files can be packaged, making it simpler to transfer and share lessons. A packaged file is a special zip file containing all the files and objects necessary for a SoftChalk lesson. So in order to open a packaged lesson file, a zipped file, you simply come up here to File, and then come down to Open Packaged Lesson. Give it a click. And then you'll see here's a zip file. If you come over here and you click the details icon, it will give you the specific details of the folders. And you can see here that this one is a compressed zipped folder. And if we double click it, it opens up the file just like that. After you have made any modifications, just simply close out of SoftChalk. You can enhance your SoftChalk lesson content by applying a lesson style. These styles will modify the look and feel of the lesson pages. Styles define headers and footers, sidebars, and navigation links. To assign a lesson style, we'll take the following steps. First, click on the File menu, and then click Open. See, here's our exercise 2 SoftChalk. Double click that, and from any of the HTML files, give it a double click, and the lesson is brought forward. Now come over to the Properties menu, give it a left click, and click on Style Properties. You have a number of style options here. in this right pane. I'm going to click 1 and click OK. Now, in order to preview what you've got, come up here to the preview button, give it a click. It says view in browser. Yes, give that a click. Save the changes. Yes. And right here it will come up in short order. And that's how it will look when it's displayed in Blackboard. Next we will work on the title and layout. So we'll go back up here on SoftChalk to Properties. Select Style Properties. And this time we'll click on the Title and Layout tab. And here's where you can make some changes to your title. Like for instance, EX2 is what this title is. Let's say we want to call it My New Cool Thing. So we would change it there, and if there was a subtitle, this is where you would add it. If you want a footer and you want this particular piece of information in there in your footer, you would keep that checked. If you want the date last modified, you can do that. And if you want additional text, you can add it here. So if I want to say created with SoftChalk, maybe I want to say authored by Mark. Let's put that in there. And then over here is the way the sidebar and the table of contents, if you have that, will appear or not. For instance, in the navigation, if you want arrows in there, page numbers, sidebar, do you want it to be on the right or the left, whatever you choose. When you're finished, click OK. And again, come up to Preview. And let's take a look at that. Save changes. Yes. And see, this has all been changed now. And down here, see, it's authored by Mark. And now we're going to work with images. How to insert images into our SoftChalk lesson. With images, you can make the lesson more engaging. So simply come down here and put your cursor where you want the image to go. Come up here to the Insert menu, give it a click, and click on Image. And the Insert Image box comes up. Now, if you click on Select Image, it will go to your Pictures file. And I'm going to use one here that's it's called Rejoice. I'll give it a click and then click Select, and it comes up. Now, there is a maximum size, and I believe the maximum size is 10 megabytes. And then you see here, not recommended. I think it exceeds it a bit. So if we click the Optimize Image button, it will do its magic thing, shrink it. There you go. So now it's good. Okay. So now these image attributes, these are all things that you can, like if you want to type in a longer description than what the title, if you want to type in something longer, you would do that. If you want to change where this is going to be on the page, for instance, here if you come to a line and you want it to be on the left, you could click left, right, top, near the bottom. Okay, we'll just click left. And then you can change the borders and the vertical and horizontal space as well. So we're going to go ahead and click OK, and it's going to add it to our SoftChalk lesson. And there we have it. Looks really good there. Now, if it's too big, and in this case maybe it might be a little bit too big, you can click on the image, just grab it and bring it down to about there. And there you go. Now if you want to see what it looks like on your Blackboard page, come up here to Preview, View in Browser. Yes, save the changes. And in a moment, it'll come up here. And there you go. And this is what it looks like in your actual lesson. Finally, you will want to save your SoftChalk lesson. And as you can see from the information on the screen, there are two ways to do that. The first is as an HTML lesson, which creates a folder on a selected drive that contains all the lesson files. And then secondly, you can save your SoftChalk lesson as a package lesson, which creates a zip folder containing all the lesson files and is easier to transfer or share with a colleague. So then we will go ahead and save our lesson as an HTML file first. And the way we'll do that is come up here to File, click File, and we can, if we click Save, since we already have saved this lesson as Exercise 2 SC up here, we will go ahead, if you click Save again, it'll simply update all the information since the last time we saved it. But let's assume this is a new lesson. We'll come down here to Save As, and it prompts us to put in a file name and a location. We'll save it in My Documents, and we'll come down here to the file name, and we'll call this our HTML file, and click Save, and it has saved it, and you'll notice that it is reflected up here on the title bar. So now we want to save the file as a package file, and in order to do that, we simply come up here to File, come down here to where it says Package Lesson, give that a click, and it opens up the packaging options. First thing you want to do is come over here to Package Type and click Standard Zip. And then over here is where you would make any changes to your title or subtitle. It's going to keep the name HTML file as the name of the file, even though this is the name of the lesson. So then we click OK. And we see that our lesson has been packaged as HTML file zip, and it's located in this folder so that it makes it easy to find it and send it to a colleague if need be, or during the course of your lessons in this course, you need to send it a package file to the facilitator. This is how you do it. Thanks so much for watching.